The Armstrong and Getty Show, weekday morning 6 to...
Hi, Michael. Everybody have a good weekend?
Testing.
I had a good weekend.
Yeah, you were texting me and emailing me.
Dude, I texted you a question mark 8 times because when I send you a text, I expect an answer. Especially if it was an important text about money.
It didn't have to be answered right then.
Well, how do you know I wasn't writing up the proposal?
And then what? It could have waited.
See, this is the thing about New York people and California people. New York people like to friggin' do things, and California people like to have meetings and analyze and maybe do things.
You're making broad generalizations.
No, it's true.
Sweeping generalizations.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about our date?
No.
Do you want to get right to this, guys? Do you want me to just fire it off today?
No.
Or do you want any pre-show a little?
Yeah, we'll do a little pre-show. We'll do like 3-4 minutes of pre-show, Michael.
Yeah, probably. I mean, not for me, but I just think it's true.
Did you feel left out, Michael, that we didn't invite you to the movies also?
Not at all. Not at all.
If we invited you to the movies, would you go?
If I had to. No, I'm just kidding.
If you had to. See?
I'm kidding. Yeah, if all of us wanted to go, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I'd sit in the back so that I could sneak out during a action scene.
We all have to sit together and next to each other.
No.
I'd sit in the back, Vince would sit in the middle, and you could sit in the front row, Dominic.
So while we were talking about this on the air, the phone rings and some guy says, my friend went to a movie theater, and he was sitting all alone in the movie theater. And then a guy sat on the last seat on the row, and he was in the middle. And then the movie started. About 5 minutes later, the guy gets up and moves and sits like 5 seats away from him. Then about a half hour later, the guy gets up and sits 1 seat away from him. And the guy was really freaked out.
You know what I don't like, though, I will admit?
Was it Pee-wee Herman?
No, it was... You know what the guy said to me at the end? My friend didn't realize he was in a gay theater.
Okay, Fred Willard.
Please,
Yeah.
closet case.
Hey, but I don't like when you go into a movie theater and it's completely empty. There's just a few people in there. It's like a matinee or something like that. And then you get somebody that, like 2 people, they'll come up and they sit right next to you. And it's just like, you have all these empty seats. Why couldn't you just space it out a little bit? If you're going to movies with a friend, that's fine. But
So Dominic was like, you got to check out my GPS. Oh, my GPS is the bomb. Oh, wait until you check on my GPS. So we go down to his car. Dominic drove me. And we go down to his car. He plugs in the address and, take a right in 300 feet, blah, blah, blah. Dude, the movie theater we went to is like 2 blocks away.
I need to use my GPS.
he uses GPS for everything.
Yeah, I do.
Dude, you could have
I'm a
found
GPS
it.
guy.
You could have been blind. Stevie Wonder could have found the movie theater.
No, I like to use my GPS.
Dude, it's 2 blocks
I
away.
don't know where it is.
Remember, he's from New York.
It's 2 blocks away,
Well,
goddammit.
he doesn't know
I
any.
like to take you and dump you in Manhattan, and just in 3 months, you find everything.
You give me the internet,
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah,
I can find a movie theater
internet.
2 blocks away.
Yeah, and then you'll be killed.
And then, so we get there, and the ticket chick, the chick who sells the tickets, Dominic's like, "Do you guys have movie theater pizza here?" And she was like, "No." And then we went up to the concession stand, and Dominic was like, "Do you guys have movie theater pizza here?" And he was like, "No." And then Dominic gets all involved with this young kid, nice kid, about the other movie theater has pizza, but this one doesn't, and which movie theaters have pizza. It was
Yeah,
just
the kids started telling me, well, these movie theaters have pizza. I don't know why we
he's
don't have
being
pizza
nice.
here.
Leave the kid alone.
Well, I'm making conversation.
I know, but he doesn't make the menu.
It was an inane
And
conversation.
then I asked him if the popcorn was stale
Oh
or not.
my
but-
God!
Oh.
So Dominic had to have fresh popcorn.
Yes, because last time I was at that theater, I had popcorn. It was so stale. It was horrible.
Now, do you guys get the big bucket popcorn or you just get the small ones?
We got a medium.
And we
Okay.
hardly ate any.
Yeah.
Dominic bought me a hot dog. That's not a euphemism.
No, but that's pretty cool.
With good
How,
mustard,
were the hot
lots of
dogs any
mustard.
good?
What's a hot
Angus.
dog's a hot dog, you know?
Everything claims to be Angus now. That's like Chipotle or whatever.
Yeah.
Like everything spicy is like Chipotle. It's like whatever. And so we're sitting there, and I go, Dominic put mustard all over his hot dog, and I go, hey Dominic, can I get a napkin? And he gives me this napkin with like mustard dripping from it. I was like, what the hell, Dominic?
Dude, I didn't realize it had mustard on it, but
There was mustard everywhere. I saw mustard.
Listen what a jerk Vince was to me the whole time. First of all, this is not a compliment to say to someone. Well, I feel like I'm going to movies with my father. I mean, that is not first of all, there's like a 15-year age difference.
Yeah.
And you keep saying, now, we went to the movies Friday after the show. At that time, you had been up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'd been up at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Getting the show ready. Now we're sitting. This is why I realized why I go to the movies on Saturday.
Right.
So we're sitting in the movie theater, and I'm not sitting next to Vince. Usually, if I sit next to a person, their body warmth, I know they're
get
there.
out of here, dude.
And so I'm sitting there by myself, and I'm starting to fall asleep. So I think to myself, well, you know what? Vince can't see if my eyes are open or closed. I'm wearing glasses. He won't know. I'll just close my eyes a little bit.
The glasses are clear. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you realize he had to be doing this, Mike, the whole time Vince is doing this to me.
I kept looking over.
To see if I'm asleep.
He might have thought you died or something.
He said to me, I was going to put a mirror under your nose. I mean, really, it's not a good thing to say to a friend. I have friends of all different ages, and I don't say, "Oh, you know what? You're old enough to be my father."
Oh my! I didn't say that.
Oh, you did. You said, "I feel like I'm going to the movies
I
with
didn't
my
say
father."
that. I said I looked over. I kept looking over to see because it was like watching TV with your dad. You look over and you see if he's sleeping, so you don't make any sudden noises or whatever.
And I fell asleep once.
Hey, Dominic drove, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, well, so were you able to gauge, is he a good driver? Or?
He's a horrible driver, dude. Stops and starts, brakes.
I admit it. I am not
California rolling through the stop sign.
I am not a good driver. I don't pretend to be a good driver. I am a bad driver.
Is he a fast driver, or is it just incompetence? Like you're
just a bad driver. Yeah, just scarily, haphazard. I guess is a good word.
Yeah, but, I'm okay driver. But it was a lot of fun.
We had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And we think we should do a thing with the Armstrong and Getty listeners where they go to the movies with us.
Oh my god!
Oh jeez,
this would be so sad, dude.
Yeah, Steve wants to go to movies. It'd be like,
who'd be in that crowd?
Those people at the convention who just like had glassy eyes and. Yeah. So what's Mike like?
What was it like dying in Friday the 13th, Part 5? Your character meant so much to me.
Oh no, that was nice.
No, but we had a good time. I mean,
Now, we have that Hornblower cruise coming up, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
I got an email on that, but, I noticed the only thing, are you guys going to go on that?
No.
I refuse to go unless the station company, whatever, buys us a hotel room that night.
Because we don't want to get off the cruise ship and drive home because we'll be drunk.
I know.
Well, not that, but it's 12:30 at night. I was just looking at the...
security.
Dude, boats are the worst. Boats, they're so, you think, oh, it's a boat. But, dude, after an hour on a boat,
right, that's the problem. You can't get off.
Yeah, you just get bored of it, and it gets old really quick.
So when are we going to have Joe on as a guest?
I don't know.
Any time.
He wants to be a guest.
Is he big enough? Is he a big enough name?
No, he's only Getty. If we get Armstrong, now that's a name.
Yeah, maybe the duo, but not one at each.
Not
one at a time.
Yeah.
Let me bleep this.
He's really bleeping it. I dare you to leave this in there.
I double dare you.
Well, Jack said he was going to start listening to it.
He's not listening.
No, I know.
He might. There's not a lot to do out there on that farm. I'm just kidding.
Got to milk the goats. Okay, ready? Hit it.
It's 5 after. The Armstrong and Getty After Show 5-minute podcast without Armstrong or Getty.
But with Vince, Michael, and Dominic, and I got to tell you, movies were fun going to movies with Vince, but Vince, have you ever been to the movies with black people? This is the question.
Oh, my God.
Have you ever been to the movies?
Like, I've been in a theater with African-American people in the theater.
Well, I was watching some show, and this black guy was on, and he said, it's even when you go to movies with black people, it's a different experience. When I went to see Friday...
And he was black, right? He's black.
Yeah. When I went to see Friday the 13th, Part 5, when I was in it, and one time I went, there was like 90% black people there, and I'm about to get killed. Oh, no, it wasn't that. It was my movie I directed, Evil Laugh. We went to Washington to see the movie. It opened in theaters, and it was playing in a really bad neighborhood. People were doing crack in the theater. So I'm sitting there and watching the theater, and some lady gets up, black lady, and says, "Look behind you! Look behind you! Oh, I'm telling him, look behind you!" She's screaming that in the theater. Now, I don't think Vince seems to think this is a racist thing to say. I think it's just the truth, and, black people will admit it themselves.
Well, I talked during the movie.
Yeah, I know,
The amount of
dude.
times I was like, whatever.
Oh.
Because Take It 2 was so
man.
over the top. Like, okay, can we talk a little bit about this stupid movie? Okay, Liam Neeson gets kidnapped, right? Mm-hmm. Like, somewhere.
By the way, did you like the first one? Did you see the first one?
Yes,
okay,
the
it was
front
okay.
one was good.
Okay.
But Liam Neeson gets kidnapped. He gets taken somewhere, like, in the vicinity of their hotel. And so he calls his daughter and he goes, by the way, he's tied up in some building with nothing around him. His hands are tied to a pole, but somehow he manages to find a phone and call. I don't want to get into that. But he goes, "Hey, Kim," his daughter. He goes, "Hey, Kim." Yeah, because she's in his hotel room. And he goes, "Yeah, I got a suitcase in there with a bunch of grenades. Just start throwing grenades out the window, and I will know how far you are from me." So this chick just starts throwing grenades in the middle of downtown Istanbul, and he's like, and he'll be like, boom. And he'll be like,
1, 2, 3. Then he hears the boom.
"You're 4 kilometers away from me. Okay,
Yeah.
Run another 30 seconds and throw another grenade."
Yeah,
Those
but
are
you
so
go
stupid.
see James Bond movies, and he can do everything in a James Bond movie. That's unbelievable.
Stupid.
But I got to say, I thought it was okay. It wasn't that bad. So today on the Armstrong and Getty show, I tell you, the guys have been having a lot of fun recently. I think we're having a lot of fun on the show. I'm enjoying it. What did you think about the take that the Obama they're using on Saturday Night Live? Jack says that it's racist because he's talking like funny, not pronouncing his words clearly.
It's racial. I don't know if it's racist. I mean, they.
Well, it's a black guy imitating a black guy. I mean,
So it's okay if you're a black guy and you do it?
Obviously, Dominic, like I was telling
No,
Jack,
I don't buy that.
But that's how it is,
No,
dude.
that's what the liberals say it
Oh,
is.
God.
I fight that. Liberals are racist, so to them, they're scared to say anything. Being I'm not racist, I have no problem saying, you know what? I went to the restaurant, there was a Chinese guy there, and boy, did he drive bad.
I was telling Jack this the other day. You know how I make fun of David Gregory, host of Meet the Press, for looking like a chimp? Because he has chimp-like
Right,
features.
yeah.
If he was black and I said that, all hell would break loose.
That's
I couldn't get away with that.
Well, that's because you're racist. If you say
No, it
something with
isn't.
a pure heart,
Oh, my God.
there is not a racist bone in my body. And when there is a racist bone, I will bring it up and talk about it and try to solve it.
But you can't say black people look. Oh, God. See. All right, next topic.
You can't say black people don't look alike. You can't say that. You can't
no, I
say
didn't say
Asian
that.
people don't look alike. That's ridiculous. Okay, I cannot tell Japanese from Chinese people apart.
Racist.
Does that make me a racist? Or does
Yes.
that make... I'm being honest. I can't tell them apart. Michael, can you tell Japanese and Chinese people apart?
Yeah.
Liar. Michael, you just lie.
Hey guys, how are you celebrating Columbus Day? By the way,
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I'm sick of all you non-Italians.
I'm going to an Indian casino.
This is an Italian holiday. Where the
And-
Italians have,
So what?
Look at the great things Italians have done for America.
I mean, back in
Like-
New York, is this a bigger day? Actually,
Yes,
Yes.
of course. Oh my God, it's you.
We have that Sopranos clip, remember, of them
we used to.
being
Yeah,
mad at Columbus Day or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's. I don't know why you guys don't like Columbus Day. It's a great.
Because he
great
ran
holiday.
into the West Indies by accident, yet he gets all this credit for being someone that discovered America.
He discovered America, and thank God he
Whatever.
came. If
He kept sailing until he hit land.
American Indians would still be living in teepees with witch doctors if Columbus didn't come here. So isn't that a good thing that Columbus came here?
And gave him smallpox.
He didn't give him smallpox. That's a liberal lie. A liberal lie. Okay. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.